Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. This video is a little bit different than usual because I am not making a layout or a card. I am playing with paper and ink. So I have these leaf dies and I've cut a bunch of each one out, though I've only done the three smallest here. I'm at a crop, and when I go to a crop, I only take my little mini die cutting machine, and the largest one, I'll just have to cut some of those at home. It's just a little bit too big to go through there. And necessity is the mother of invention. I didn't have a craft mat. I didn't have a spray bottle. So I found some plastic packaging in my bag. I cut it in half so I could open it up. And I went in the kitchen of the place where we were meeting, found a fork and a plastic cup, and there we go. That's how I got my water. And so I am just picking up ink with the paper, different inks together. I'm trying not to do green and orange on the same leaf because I don't really want mud. I don't mind a little bit of brown on some of them. You see I have some brown inks there. And the inks that I have on there are Fossilized Amber, Mustard Seed, Ripe Persimmon, Crackling Campfire, Fire to Brick, Aged Mahogany, Walnut Stain, and a little bit of Frayed Burlap. There's also a green there, but I don't remember which one it was. I'm thinking it's Rustic Wilderness, but I could be wrong. And I am just playing. I love that one, how the green and yellow mix together. Something I did learn as I went through this process is I wish I had blended the inks less. I wish I had taken more time and done a layer of orange and let them dry, and then done a layer of brown and let that dry, and then a little bit of layer of yellow or something. So I will have that in mind next time, well, if I remember, next time I do something like this. I also wanted to see if there was any difference in the finished product of whether I cut the leaves first or whether I inked paper first and then cut the leaves. And really, no, there's no difference. I will say that my mini die cutting machine did not emboss the veins into the leaves like my Gemini Junior at home. So I'm not sure why. Maybe if I had added a shim to my mini die cut machine to the sandwich, that would have helped. But I ended up, for some of them, I just put them back through the die in my Gemini Junior at home. I've had it for about 2 years. I'm not liking it as much now as I used to because it's getting harder to get things to go through. I almost have to force them in. But if I don't use that big of a sandwich, the dies don't cut well. So I'm not sure what's going on with it. So I'm kind of in the market. I'm watching Facebook Marketplace for a bargain. I would love to find a Sizzix Big Shot, not the electric version, just the hand one, because I had one of those for a long time and really liked it. So now they are dry. I'm at home and I got out my Distress Spritz sprays and I decided to go with Twisted Citron. It does not dry like the color Twisted Citron. It's just kind of a sparkly thing, which is what I wanted. So I sprayed on some of these leaves. You have to shake it up really good, and you don't want to be too heavy-handed. If you spray too much, then the glittery stuff rubs off on your hand or on your project. But if you just add a little bit, it doesn't seem to cause that problem. Then I also pulled out 2 other things. One is from Picket Fence. It's called Opaque Gold Paper Splatter. And I put, I don't know if I do it here. I think if this is where I do it. I put some on a block with a little, with a little bit of water. and then just splash it on with a paintbrush. And then I do the same with my favorite copper paint. This is the wonderful bottle. It seems like it never runs out. I've been using it for 2 years, and it's still, like, there's lots left. Anyway, it's from Shimmers Paints Penny in Your Pocket. And so I'm just splattering them on. In a minute, you'll see that I took some of the shiny inks or paints and painted along the veins of the leaves, the embossed veins. So that was fun too. And really, I was just playing. I didn't have a specific project in mind. I knew that I didn't have much in the way of fall material. I have plenty of papers I can make work, even though they're not necessarily fall themed. But I don't have a lot of fall embellishments or that sort of thing. So I decided I would make some. I gave a lot of fall things away in the last couple of months because I just felt like I had used them a lot. And not that I was tired of them, but I just felt like it was time for something different. And I haven't yet bought anything different, and I don't think I'm going to this year. I think I'm going to make do with what I have. So I decided making some leaves would be a great place to start. I love fall. It's my favorite season. I love walking through the leaves. It just brings me a lot of joy. There's a really pretty tree out in front of our house across the street, and I always enjoy that. I love looking at the leaves on the way to work in the morning. So that's why I made some. And here I decide to do the same with the penny in your pocket that I did with the other gold. There are still shots coming up in a moment. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's not necessarily a scrapbooking video. You could do this, make these leaves, and put them on cards. You could do all sorts of things with them. I think they would make a really pretty little wreath on front of a project. So, if you're new here, I'm really glad that you stopped by. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you're a regular watcher, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you joining me today. So, get out some inks, get out some paper, and play with them. I hope you get to do that soon. Bye-bye.